There are people who move through the world like everyone else, but they are not like everyone else. People who sense what is unspoken, who see the invisible threads between events, who feel the energy beneath words, beneath gestures, beneath moments others forget. Carl Jung believed that these rare psychological types carry something unusual inside them, a deeper awareness, a richer inner world, a mind that sees the symbolic meaning behind ordinary reality. These are the people who feel like outsiders, yet somehow more connected to the truth than anyone around them. If you've ever wondered why life feels heavier, sharper, more meaningful, more symbolic to you, if you've ever wondered why you understand things you've never been taught, why certain people drain you while others energize you, why silence feels like home and chaos feels like poison, then this is for you. Not to flatter you, not to convince you, but to help you understand the blueprint of your own spirit. Because rare psychological types do not fit into the world. They transform it from the inside. And today, we're diving deep into 8 signs you carry one of the rarest psychological types on Earth, expanded with stories, symbolism, and Jungian depth, so you can finally understand why your mind feels like it was built differently. Let's begin, slowly, deeply, honestly. Sign 1. You think in depth, not in noise. Most people live on the surface of life. They react to what they see. They chase what glitters. They believe what is loudest. But you dive. Your mind is not a river. It is an ocean, slow, wide, ancient, filled with unseen currents. You don't experience events. You interpret them. You don't listen to words. You feel the intention beneath them. You don't make decisions. You seek meaning. You can spend hours thinking about one small moment that everyone else rushed past. You can break apart a conversation, a gesture, a silence, and find hidden messages in it. This is not overthinking. It is depth. And depth is a language that only a few can speak. Your childhood probably revealed this early. While other children were satisfied with simple answers, you asked questions that made adults nervous. You weren't trying to be difficult. You just couldn't accept the obvious. Jung wrote that some minds are naturally oriented toward the unconscious, toward symbolism, toward the invisible. You are one of them. But depth has a cost. You cannot tolerate superficial conversations. They feel like eating paper. You leave social gatherings feeling empty. Not because you dislike people, but because so few ever show their inner world. People may say you're too serious, too intense, too reflective. That's because they live on the surface, and you don't.
The world is loud.
Your mind is deep, and that difference is one of the clearest signs of a rare psychological type. Sign 2, you have an inner compass that rarely fails. There is a quiet voice inside you. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady, clear, unmistakable. You feel truth before you understand it. You sense direction before you map it. You know when something is wrong, even if everything seems right on paper. This is not anxiety. It is alignment. Jung called this the self, the deeper, wiser part of you that existed before your personality was shaped by the world. Most people lose contact with it. You did not. Your intuition is not a feeling. It is a knowing, a subtle pull in the chest, a shift in your breath, a quiet conviction that says, this is the way. You have made choices that made no logical sense, yet turned out to be exactly right. You have walked away from things that looked perfect. Jobs, friendships, relationships. Because something inside whispered, no. And later, you saw the truth. This is not luck. It is consciousness. But intuition isolates you, because you don't follow the crowd. You don't follow trends. You don't follow expectations. You follow something invisible. And most people fear what they cannot see. Many will misunderstand you. Some will doubt you. Others will try to talk you out of your choices. But the rarest psychological types know that intuition is not a suggestion. It is a compass. And every time you listen, your path becomes clearer, even if you walk it alone. Sign 3. You read people before they speak. Before someone finishes their sentence, you already know what they're really saying. Before someone enters the room, you can feel the energy they're carrying. You don't try to read people, You simply do, effortlessly, naturally. A shift in their tone, a break in their eye contact, a hesitation before they answer, a tension around their smile. Your mind collects these signals instantly, quietly, automatically. While others take people at face value, you see the truth behind the mask. You see the insecurity behind arrogance, the pain behind anger, the jealousy behind kindness, the emptiness behind perfection. This makes you compassionate, but it also makes you guarded. Because once you see someone clearly, you cannot pretend you don't. Your relationships are fewer, but deeper. You don't let many people close, but the ones you do, you understand on a level they have never been understood before. People often feel seen by you, sometimes more than they are comfortable with, and some feel exposed, because your quiet perception reveals what they try to hide. Jung believed that rare psychological types have a bridge into the unconscious of others, not to control, not to manipulate, but to perceive. You see people not as they pretend to be, but as they are, and that is both a gift and a burden. Sign 4. You are drawn to meaning, not entertainment. Your soul is not satisfied with trivial things. You don't crave noise, or chaos, or constant stimulation. You crave meaning, silence, reflection, emotion, symbolism, truth. You are not impressed by popularity. You are not impressed by trends. You are not impressed by people who shine only under bright lights. You are impressed by character, by depth, by self-awareness. You prefer nature over nightlife, conversations about purpose over conversations about gossip, stillness over noise, and silence over artificial connection. People sometimes think you're boring, but they misunderstand you. You are not bored. You are selective. Your attention is sacred, and you do not give it to anything that drains your soul. Jung wrote that rare types hunger for the symbolic dimension of life. They live in the world, but they look beyond it. You see meaning in small things, a passing expression, a quiet sunset, a memory, a dream, a silence. To you, life is not entertainment, it is revelation, and every experience carries a message, if you know how to read it. Sign 5. Your emotions run deep, but you reveal them carefully. Your emotional world is rich, complex, intense, but you keep it guarded, protected, quiet. Most people react. You reflect. Most people explode. You absorb. Most people express every feeling they have. You only show the ones that matter. This is not repression, it is mastery, because emotions are powerful, and rare psychological types carry that power inward, not outward. When you love quietly, but deeply. When you hurt silently, but profoundly. When you feel joy, it fills your entire soul, not just your smile. You don't need to display your emotional world. You live it. People may think you are calm, but beneath that calm is an ocean. Beneath that silence is intensity. Beneath that control is depth. Jung believed that rare types have a heightened emotional unconscious, a sensitivity that can feel like both a blessing and a curse. You understand pain that is not yours. You feel energy that is unspoken. You carry emotions that others project onto you. But this emotional depth gives you something extraordinary: empathy, wisdom, and resilience. You break deeply, but you rise stronger. Sign 6. You sense inauthenticity instantly. You can feel when someone's words don't match their energy. You can feel when a smile is hiding judgment. You can feel when someone is pretending to be confident, or pretending to be kind, or pretending to be interested. Authenticity is your fuel. Fakery is your poison. You don't attack inauthentic people. You simply withdraw, quietly, completely. This is why people say you disappear. Why you suddenly stop replying. Why you walk away without drama. Because once you see someone's truth, you cannot unsee it. And your soul refuses to stay where it cannot breathe. This sensitivity protects you. It has probably saved you from friendships that would have drained you, relationships that would have broken you, opportunities that would have trapped you. Jung taught that rare psychological types have a heightened connection to the shadow, their own and others. You see the false personas people build, not to judge, but to understand. But you cannot connect with someone who refuses to be real. Your spirit rejects it instantly, and that rejection is one of the clearest signs of your rarity. Sign 7. You don't seek to dominate a room, yet you do. Your presence is quiet, but powerful. You don't need to speak loudly. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to steal attention. People notice you anyway. They feel your energy before they hear your words. There is something grounded about you, something ancient, something still, something magnetic. Jung believed that true power is not the ability to influence others, but the ability to remain centered in yourself. You carry this naturally, a calm intensity, a quiet authority, a silent gravity that pulls people toward you. You are not intimidating. Your presence simply reveals the insecurities of others, and people react to that. Some are drawn in, some are unsettled, some are fascinated, some are threatened. But no one forgets you, because rare psychological types do not enter rooms. They shift the atmosphere, not through noise, but through presence. Sign 8. You walk alone, but you are not lonely. This is the deepest sign, the sign that often hurts the most, but also defines your strength. You have always felt separate, different, detached, like you were walking a path others couldn't see. As a child, you were often lost in imagination. As a teenager, you felt alone even in groups. As an adult, you walk a path that is uniquely your own. You don't fear solitude. You understand it. You don't avoid silence. You grow inside it. You don't chase crowds. You listen to your soul. People misunderstand this. They think walking alone means being lonely. But loneliness is the absence of others. Solitude is the presence of yourself, and you have learned to be fully present with your own mind. Rare psychological types are often separated not by arrogance, but by awareness. You see too much, feel too much, know too much, and because of this, you cannot follow the paths others take. You make your own, slowly, quietly, deliberately. But here is the truth you need to hear. You are not meant to walk alone forever. Rare souls eventually find each other, often by accident, often through resonance, often without speaking. Rare recognizes rare, depth recognizes depth, soul recognizes soul. Until then, your solitude is not a punishment. It is preparation. If these signs resonated with you, you are not just different. You are rare. Your depth, your intuition, your emotional world, your perception, your solitude. These are not weaknesses. They are markers of a mind built for truth, for awareness, for self-actualization. Carl Jung believed that rare psychological types are the carriers of transformation. Not because they try, but because they cannot be anything other than what they are. Your mind is not an accident. Your depth is not a flaw. Your isolation is not a failure. Your intuition is not a coincidence. You are here to see, to understand, to awaken, to evolve, and to walk a path that only a few ever walk consciously. You are rare, and rarity is responsibility. How you use your awareness will shape your entire life. If this message touched something inside you, if you felt seen, understood, or awakened, then subscribe. Not for entertainment, but for evolution, for psychological depth, for spiritual clarity, for the journey inward. This channel exists for the few who think deeply, feel intensely, and carry a mind that does not fit into the world, because it was designed to rise above it. Your transformation doesn't start someday. It starts now, with awareness, with truth, with you.